So here I am with another review of a particular product, this time the Dynamo emergency solar hand crank self-powered torch battery radio alarm kind of thing. Thing is, I had actually shot some footage for this, and then unfortunately that footage seems to have gone missing. However, I decided to do a Deja re-review, and in the process of editing it I found that the sound files had corrupted on this recording as well. No idea what's causing that problem, but here's the main problem I have with this unit. When it comes to the radio, you've got all these dials here. They do tend to creep a bit, as in they tend to lose their position. So if you've got it tuned in, all of a sudden you may find yourself mysteriously untuned, as it just seems to creep out of position ever so slightly. And that's just enough with an analog system like this for it to completely be ruined. So you end up with all the horrible static noise and whatnot. You end up having to try to retune it. That can also happen when the battery dies, when the battery pack has actually lost all power, or it's losing power. Then you'll get a similar effect there. So that can be a clue that something's wrong with the battery, that everything has wound it down, so to speak. There's a crank on the back of the thing to allow it to be recharged that way. You've also got the solar panels that you can see just right front and center above the dials themselves, right there. And they do quite a good job. If you leave it, say, in a window facing the sun, it will gather the light and it can obviously charge and play the radio at the same time. And you've got this USB port here that allows you to charge up electronic devices. At the moment I've got the micro USB port in. Above that was where the larger USB port was supposed to go. But since I did the initial recording, the footage of which I've lost, for some reason, without any effort whatsoever on my part, I attempted to put the USB port in there and found that the actual port had slipped and fell inside. Yeah, not sure why that happened. I can only assume that it's glued in place with very cheap glue that must have, disintegrated in the sunlight or something like that. I'd have to try to take this thing apart in order to try to actually get a good look at what's going on inside there. Here you can see the crank, you can see the housing where the aerial's supposed to go, and all the screws for where everything is supposed to actually be put. There's also a battery compartment there. You've got the emergency light, the lamp section on the right hand side there. You've got the torch section on the left, or flashlight section. I can say everything is actually fairly well put together. That's not going to come off anytime soon. The plastic is a bit on the thin side, but it's good quality plastic, so it's not going to break unless you really slam this thing around. And one thing I do like about the crank unit, the fact that this is such a relatively tall unit, means you can just hold it down on the ground quite easily, or on your lap or something, and then crank it up quite quickly and easily. It works quite well in that regard. It's just the one problem I have is the USB port. That's just a shame that that's failed like that. It's not something I think that you could take through water or something like that. I don't think it's that rugged. I think if you did take it through water, it would probably end up getting ruined. But if you're just going camping or hiking or something like that, and you want to have some entertainment with you while you're going to have, say, a little bit of a break when you're having a snack or something, this is probably a pretty good thing to take. It's got a siren there as well. Okay, so if you're lost, you can try to attract attention. And I've got to be honest, despite the USB issue, it's such a nice lightweight design. I would still recommend it. It's just preferably make sure that whatever you get doesn't have that problem with it.